What if I told you that your next big crypto investment could vanish overnight all because of a Telegram group and a smart contract you didn't fully understand? In today's wild west of decentralized finance, rug pulls are the modern bank heist, and unsuspecting investors are the easy prey. But here's the good news. Once you know what to look for, you can dodge these traps like a pro. In this video, we'll dissect the most common red flags in token contracts and community channels, so you can protect your wallet before it's too late. If you care about keeping your gains and avoiding crypto cons, make sure to subscribe to this channel, your safety net in the blockchain jungle. 1. Locked liquidity, a false sense of safety. Locked liquidity is often advertised as a safety measure, but don't be fooled, it's not always bulletproof. Some projects lock liquidity for only a short time, just long enough to lure in early investors. Once the lock expires, developers can pull the plug without warning. Even worse, fake lock confirmations or manipulated audits can be used to deceive newcomers. Always verify the lock duration and contract source through independent explorers. If the liquidity is held in a wallet rather than a true lock, that's a giant red flag. Developers should ideally use third-party lockers like Unicrypt or Team Finance. 2. Anonymous developers. Who's really in control? When a project refuses to disclose the team behind it, you should immediately be cautious. While anonymity can sometimes be justified, it's often a smokescreen for malicious intent. If there's no LinkedIn, no verifiable track record, and no live communication, consider it a serious red flag. Developers should have public GitHub profiles, published articles, or credible past projects. A Telegram admin who won't show their face isn't someone to trust with your money. If team members use cartoon avatars or dodgy aliases, that's not transparency, it's a disguise. Real developers answer tough questions and stand behind their code. 3. Overhyped Telegram groups. Smoke and mirrors. A Telegram group with thousands of members might seem like a good sign, but numbers can lie. Bots are often used to inflate member counts and create artificial hype. Constant messages like "to the moon" or "big news coming soon" are often psychological bait, not real updates. Moderators may delete critical questions and ban users for asking anything skeptical. If the conversation feels too controlled or overly positive, something shady might be brewing. Rug pullers create echo chambers to silence doubt and pump up excitement. No real investor community should be afraid of tough questions. Transparency in discussions and timely factual announcements are signs of a healthy project. 4. No audit or fake audit reports. Smart contract audits are essential in DeFi, yet many scams either skip this entirely or forge documents. If a project boasts about an audit, verify who conducted it. Reputable firms like Certic, Trail of Bits, or PeckShield have searchable databases and published reports. If you can't find the audit online or links to a suspicious site, it may be fake. Be wary of PDFs with no signatures or vague technical jargon meant to confuse rather than clarify. Some scammers go as far as creating dummy auditing firms to look legitimate. The presence of bugs or warnings in an audit that are ignored is another red flag. A serious team will fix issues, not brush them under the rug. 5. Mint function in smart contracts. A mint function allows developers to create unlimited tokens. Sounds like a disaster waiting to happen, right? In many rug pulls, devs exploit this function to flood the market and dump newly minted coins. Always review the token's contract using tools like Etherscan or BSC Scan. Look for unchecked or publicly accessible minting privileges. If the mint function isn't locked or governed by a time-based release, it's a massive security flaw. Some projects disguise it as an admin function or bury it under layers of nested contracts. A legitimate minting process should be transparent, limited, and publicly disclosed. Developers with mint access are like having access to the central bank without oversight. 6. No real utility or product. Projects without a clear use case or working product are essentially vaporware. If the roadmap is full of vague promises like "big things coming" or "metaverse integrations," press pause. A good project should have a minimum viable product or at least an interactive prototype. Websites that only showcase token prices and charts without explaining what the project does are hollow. Watch out for generic buzzwords like revolutionary, A-powered, or world-changing, without detailed execution plans. If the white paper is filled with fluff and no technical substance, that's a bad sign. Real utility is measurable. Does it solve a problem or create a service? Teams that can't explain their value in a few sentences likely don't have any. Don't fall for fancy design and zero delivery. 7. Liquidity Removal Permissions. Always check if the token contract allows the owner to remove liquidity. This is one of the clearest signs of a potential rug pull. If the contract has an approve function for devs to withdraw funds from liquidity pools, your money isn't safe. Rug pullers often wait until they've collected enough from unsuspecting users before draining everything. You can use contract reading tools or hire freelancers to review this if you're unsure. Verified contracts on platforms like BestScan or Etherscan can give you transparency on liquidity conditions. If there's no time lock or external governance in place, be very cautious. Devs should renounce ownership after deploying to prevent misuse. 8. Sudden token price spikes. A sudden moonshot in token price with little to no news or development is often orchestrated. Pump and dump schemes rely on a quick rise to lure in FOMO buyers, only to crash the price once enough victims are in. If you see a 500% rise in a day with no new partnerships, product releases, or updates, it's likely artificial. Check the volume and wallet distribution. If a few addresses hold the majority of tokens, it's a trap. Tokenomics should support sustainable growth, not wild swings. Ask yourself if the demand is real or manipulated. Smart traders analyze patterns and avoid emotional plays. 9. Community moderators acting like bots. When moderators in Telegram or Discord answer every question with a canned message, be alert. Real communities have real conversations, not automated hype responses. If mods dodge questions or immediately delete anything remotely skeptical, it's a control tactic. They're creating an illusion of excitement while hiding the cracks. Ask a specific question and watch how they respond. If you're banned or silenced, that's a clear sign something isn't right. Mods are supposed to inform, not intimidate. Overly aggressive shilling or pushing users to buy now shows desperation, not confidence. A community should feel organic and inclusive, not like a scripted commercial. 10. Token ownership not renounced. A key step in securing a smart contract is renouncing ownership once the token is live. If the contract owner retains control, they can change functions, mint more tokens, or drain liquidity. You can check the ownership status through blockchain explorers. A legitimate team will proudly announce renouncement and link to proof. Retained control is often disguised under the promise of flexibility or future governance. But this usually means the devs plan to rug when the time is right. Renouncement should be public, documented, and irreversible. If the team hesitates or dodges questions about ownership, walk away. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of 90% of new crypto investors and potentially thousands of dollars safer. Rug pulls can be devastating, but armed with the right knowledge, you can spot and avoid them before they strike. The clues are there in the code, the community, and the contract. You just need to know where to look. If you found today's breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe for more no-nonsense guides that help you stay smart, stay secure, and stay profitable in the crypto world. The market may be unpredictable, but your strategy doesn't have to be.